Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome back once again to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. My name's Mark Love, and today I'm going to be showing you a Dutch Star. This is a 4370 model, which was one of the new floor plans for 2023. It's actually got the passenger side dinette, which I really like, and on the 450 Cummins. Few new things they did on the outside. It had a facelift this year, so there's new front and rear caps, some new features on the inside we'll talk about. Let's go ahead and get started walking around the outside. First of all, I always like to point out some of the things about the Newmar that I really appreciate them doing. One of them, the heavy-duty door handle with the keyless entry. Makes it easy to get in and out of, but as you get older, you'll find you'll use these a lot more, and this is a very sturdy one. As we go down the side, right here's our fuel fill. Now on these Dutch Stars, you can fill both the propane or the DEF and the fuel from both sides. And one of the things I like to point out is the fact that this is protected by a steel plate in there that protects that fuel line. As you can imagine, if this tire blew or if you shredded it, you could do a lot of damage in there. So it's nice that they protect that with that steel plate. Not all companies do that. And while we're right here, I'll talk about the flush wall slides before I forget about it. Newmar makes a slide that actually tucks inside the sidewall, as you can see right here. What that does is it doesn't allow the wind to come in where it's overlapped on fascias on most models, and it also doesn't allow the rain to get in there if you're in a real windy driving rainstorm. So not only is it better sealed, but it's quieter as you go down the road with this flush design here. Okay, back here in this first compartment. Now this one is prepped for the refrigerator freezer that you can put in here. You can see we've got the 110 outlet right over here, plus you have a 12 volt also. They also, a little over a year ago, changed their bulb seals, so they're a lot easier to close now. Okay, back in the second compartment, you can see we've got a manual pull-out tray here, and you can pull that out from either side. But this is a good spot to point out some of the features of your Star foundation. Newmar builds this steel superstructure that they weld onto the frame, and this is a Spartin chassis on this one. But the way they gusset it, the way they support the outer walls of your storage compartments, and the fact that they actually have this floor joist a couple inches above the chassis rails. What that does is you don't get as much twisting and torquing in this unit as you will in other coaches. The nice thing about that, you've got tile going all the way back to the bathroom. You're not cracking your tile and popping the grout in there because of this stronger foundation. Okay, right above we do have a 43-inch Samsung 4K TV with a sound bar. And while we're looking up, maybe get a shot of the awning here. This is the Girard awning. Now, there is an option for the Girard Nova awnings, which come down and articulate. This is just a straight out awning. But you can see it gives you some nice shades, and on days like this, you really appreciate it. Okay, let's move on down a little bit farther. Couple more storage compartments with half slide out trays. And there's some components in the back so the tray doesn't go all the way through. But I actually like that because on the other side, it gives you more room for storage without losing what you would need for the tray and the glides in there. Also in this compartment, you can see we've got a central vacuum. You can bring your hoses and attachments out here. In fact, they're in this bag right here, and clean out your storage area, which is a nice feature. And again, these are manual pull-out trays, and they're about half as deep as the coach here. We also have our awning and slide out control panels here. If you ever should have a problem, and let's say a slide can't go or won't go back in, you can call your Newmar rep and they can walk you through. There's a way to program these, the stop points and where they go in and out. So everything's accessible right here, and it's actually easier than you think to walk through that process. Okay, we have another compartment here, and this one has your water tank behind it. They give you some pegboard and some nice tool rack there, or place for oil or whatever you want to store there, but you've got room, you might as well use it for storage. So go back, you can see this is a steerable tag axle. You can tell by the difference in the hubs on these. This one cants 17 degrees on the Spartin. So as you're backing into a tight spot or maneuvering in a parking lot, let's say, it really cuts down your turning radius. Okay, as we move back, got a little compartment there with the DEF tank. Now, this unit has 150 gallons fuel tank, so that is a 15-gallon DEF tank right there. And then over in this compartment, we've got our chassis batteries and our master chassis disconnects down there. Okay, let's move around the back. First thing I want to point out, on all these Spartans, and this is the K2 chassis, they come with the Curt brake controller already on it. So you've got your 7-way plug, you've got your air connection here, your 2-inch receiver, you're all set up for towing. And then back here is our L9. This is the 8.9 liter Cummins, has 450 horsepower and 1,250 foot-pounds of torque. When you get to the Dutch Star, they also move the radiator over to the side, which is nice because it makes it a lot easier to access your engine. Plus, it provides better cooling. You can see we've got our dipstick for our oil, our transmission, engine oil fill, coolant here, Oasis fluid over here, all easily accessed right at your fingertips. This little gauge tells you when your air cleaner is getting dirty. Might be time to change it as that gets up near the red mark. And again, a new rear cap and a new front cap on this. Just a great looking coach. And you can see with the cameras, we've got one here, we have them on the side. That tells me we've got the 360, the bird's eye view with the camera system here. Couple more things while I'm back here by the engine I'll talk about. On this chassis, it is equipped with your adaptive cruise control and all of your safety enhancements, blind spot monitoring. It'll monitor the traffic in front of you and slow you down as you're approaching it. Again, this is the K2 chassis. 41,000 pound empty weight. I believe this is a 51,000 pound GVWR, and you have 15,000 pounds of towing with the 23 Dutch Star. Okay, let's move around over to the driver's side. And first thing we see right here is our radiator. And like I said, with the side radiators, not only are they a little bigger, you get better cooling, you get better airflow through here. So as you're climbing the hills, you're not as likely to overheat. Okay, right here we've got another place to put our DEF in. So that feeds the same tank, 15 gallons of DEF. This here is just a little storage cubby for gloves or tools or, you know, things you don't want to bring in the coach. Nice to have a little compartment there. And then as we move up here, this is our water compartment. One of the things I like to point out, first of all, get a shot of this hinge as it rises, and when you open it, you'll see it drop down here. The reason they do this slide, when it comes out, when it's all the way out, it drops 3 or 4 inches. In order to give you the clearance with this out, they've got to hinge it so it drops. Otherwise, you would have to make your compartment door small enough to fit under there with it out. You get taller compartment doors, easier access to your storage like this. Now, in the water bay, first of all, this one is equipped with a macerator. The nice thing about this, it's actually like a garbage disposal for your black tank. It's going to chew up all that solid waste and pump it out. And you can actually pump it uphill. So if your drain is higher than your tank, you've got no problem. You can also dump it the old-fashioned way with the gravity drain. You do have your dump valves right here, but that macerator cleans it out a little bit better. We also have a power water hose. It's manual out, power back in. Makes it kind of nice when you're getting ready to leave and you want to roll everything up. Newmar does a great job with this. Autofill, manual fill for your water tank, whole house water filter. This is for your Sanacon. This is your water pump. If you want to turn it on out here, you do have an outside shower with hot and cold water. Your sewer rinse is right here. Low point drains are right here. And your winterization kit. So everything is very easy to access, labeled very well. Nice stainless steel faceplate here. Even a place for some paper towels. Just a great water compartment. As we move forward, we see our 50 amp power cord, and this is a 50-foot cord that is manual out again and power in, and they move the button here to the door, which is kind of convenient. We also have a place to bring in, maybe you've got park cable or you're working off a portable satellite. Got your crossover circuit there with your surge protector. Okay, let's move over to the next compartment. You can see we've got our hydronic heating system. Newmar uses the Oasis as opposed to the Aquahot, which is the common one. One of the things I like about the Oasis is you have 2 electric elements and 1 diesel burner, and it's a cleaner burning, quieter running unit. So one of the reasons, Newmar's slogan is when you know the difference. And one of the reasons they put this in, even though it's a little more expensive, is because it is a cleaner, quieter unit, gives you better heating. In cold temperatures, let's say down in the mid 40s or 50s, once you're warm, you probably keep it heated with just your electric elements. You don't need to burn your diesel. So we move up. This is the back side of that storage compartment. You can see we've got our 1/2 or 3/4 tray in there. Then over here, this is our full pull-out tray, and it will come out from either side. And then this compartment's got our 8 AGM batteries. So most people may not know it, but a standard built Dutch Star comes with propane and a propane cook surface. When you go with 8 AGM batteries, you get the all-electric unit. So you've got the residential style refrigerator and the induction cook surface in this. There's no propane. Again, another fuel fill protected by that steel plate. And this is our generator exhaust. You can hear the generator's running right now. And then this is mostly chassis circuits here. So if your blinker's not working, if your chair's not working, come out, check your fuse. You've got some spare ones right here. And here's one of those side cameras. You have them on both sides, a couple cameras on the back. Like I say, it's got the 360 camera system. Just let you know what's around you all the time. And then again, get a look at this front. It's a new cap. You can see we've got our VORAD system, or our adaptive cruise control right there. Got another camera all the way up on top. I think that's about it for the outside. Let's go ahead and take a look inside. Now, I wanted to leave the front 2 slides closed so you can see what it's like when you travel, because actually this one gives you a little bit more room and it's easier to walk through. So this one you don't have to turn sideways to squeeze yourself through the living room when it's closed up. I'll wait till Marlin turns around there. So as you can see, if you've got a big dog, a German Shepherd or something like that, they don't have any trouble getting through. A lot of them you have to turn sideways to squeeze past the kitchen. And you can see I've got plenty of room right here. Let me go ahead and open these slides up. Now back in 2016, Newmar introduced what they call MoreFloor. Basically, you've got tile in the slide outs. There is no carpet in here at all. They use a heavy-duty HWH slide mechanism on this. And you can see that tile runs all the way back. Again, the importance of having that star foundation so you're not actually cracking tiles or popping your grout. And this does take a little while to settle once we're all the way out. And now that floor will drop down to be flush. So this unit has the Sable Mabel cabinets. It's the Bayshore decor inside. The outside, I forgot to mention, is actually a custom paint job. And they customize this a little bit. This tile is actually from a King Air that they've laid in here. And there are a couple of different options on the leather. This is what they call the B option. Now, as you can see, we've got the theater seating here across from our televator. And let's just go ahead and go through the storage in the kitchen first. And then I'll come back to the dash later. So you can see up here, we've got 3 very deep storage areas. Below that, like I say, we have our theater seating. And then we also have a televator. I'm dropping it right there. Normally I've got that down when I'm traveling, and then I'll pop it up when I'm set up and ready to watch TV. But very comfortable here. They're electric recliners. You do have some storage down here. Put your TV remotes and so forth in here. And then across from your theater seating, we have the fold and tumble couch. So this does pull out into a sleeper. Let me show you that real quick. Now, I've struggled with these in the past, but once you know where that little release is, find that hidden strap, it's real easy. And that is it, basically. This is a high-density foam. It's actually quite comfortable. I'll lay here just so you can kind of see how long it is. I am about 5'8". I guess if you're much over 6 foot, you may be laying diagonally on this one. And then to put it up, very fast and easy. And there we go. Now above your TV, you do get a little bit more storage. This typically is reserved for video components. This does have an auto satellite on it. They no longer come with DVDs. People are watching TV a little differently, a lot of streaming services and stuff nowadays. This is also equipped with the Everest Wi-Fi router. Over here, above your dinette, we have some more storage. And one of the things I haven't talked about lately, but Newmar does a beautiful job with their cabinetry. This is all solid wood. You don't have any wrap styles back here. It's all solid maple. I love their hardware, their hidden hinges, and the fact that they give a little contour here. It's not just a flat bank of cabinets up there, so it, you know, gives a little design effect to it. I kind of like that. Again, we've got a dinette booth here. You do have a table leaf and a couple of folding chairs under the bed. Now, typically, when you see this kind of dinette, it's not going to convert to a sleeper. Usually, the higher-end motorhomes, the dinette's a dinette. It's not a place to sleep. Okay, across from the dinette, we have our kitchen. And again, I talked about this being a patio-side dinette. When you pull in, usually, you know, your view's going to be out here. This is where your picnic table is, out under the awning. I actually prefer to have the table on this side. Now, the kitchen you get with this one's kind of nice, too. First of all, let me show you a little bit of the storage. And these are all soft closed drawers. Because we've got our generator running, it means I've got the 110 power, so I can show you the dishwasher here. Over here under the sink, this is kind of a nice feature. First of all, we've got the undermount, and this is what they call the farm sink. The farm sink comes all the way out to your edge, and I really like this setup. There's only a few floor plans that get it. And if you look at your storage underneath, they actually design a place to store these. Or you could store your stove covers with it. It's got a nice pull out here with a trash can. Again, hidden hinges throughout, great looking fixtures. I like the bronze sink, residential style sprayer. And, you know, these farm sinks, you kind of, you know, have two halves, but when you're prepping a meal or washing vegetables or something, this is really convenient. Nice big storage area right overhead. This is new backsplash this year. Great looking color. We do have a convection microwave. And then, as I said, with the all-electric, you get the induction cook surface. On the back of that, you actually have a cutting board, but I think these rarely get used. The used ones that come in are virtually brand new. Nice thing about this one is you can take this out completely, go plug it in outside under your awning, and use it outside to cook if you'd like to. Okay, next to our kitchen, we've got our residential refrigerator. And this is a 18 cubic foot Whirlpool. Plenty of storage in there. That blue you're seeing is a little bit of antifreeze. And then right next to your refrigerator, you have a big pantry. There's 6 pull-out drawers here. And they have a nice, you have to push in to release those. They seal really tight, so as you're going down the road, things aren't going to slide forward and come crashing out. Okay, now across from your refrigerator, let's start right here. They have gone to a main monitor panel here, silverleaf panel, in the middle of the coach. So right there's our home screen. If I want to go to our HVAC, I've got the AC on right now. You can see we've got 3 air conditioners, 45,000 BTUs total on that. We can Bluetooth in a unit. All my lights I can control from right here. Let me see, even I believe you can, yeah, TV lift you can run from right here also, and there it goes down. And then right next to it, we have our half bathroom. I'm just going to open these cabinets up and get out of the way so you can take a look at it. There you go. So that there is your breakers and your fuses. Everything's labeled on that door to the left. You're not seeing it right now. You have a nice, deep medicine cabinet area. Then we do have the vessel sink with plenty of room up there on that pedestal. So for a half bathroom, it really is pretty functional. It gives you quite a bit of room. You also have a fantastic fan in here. You have 3 of them throughout the coach. That helps draw a real nice breeze through. Okay, let's move back into the bedroom. Now, first of all, as I mentioned, we've got a couple of table leafs and a couple of folding chairs for our dinette right there. It is a king bed, and on both sides of the bed, you have pedestals, and there are plugs and USB ports up in there. They're kind of hidden, but if you've got a sleep machine or something, you can hook it up right there. Another nice feature, you can see I'm dropping my night shades right there. We do have the electric MCDs. You get a couple of remote controls. So you can lay here at night, drop your shades, even turn your lights off and everything right from the bed. Overhead here, let's see, we've got some more storage, and there is a 110 plug right in the middle. And then right here, you can see we have access. So if you had an oxygen machine or something that you wanted to put up here, you could drop your line down and keep it out of your way. Again, the beautiful trim, the accent lighting, a lot of new design aspects for 2023. The Dutch Star is the #1 selling diesel motorhome in the country. Okay, let's take a look across from the bed at some of your storage and wardrobe area. Now, one thing about these 43 footers in particular, let me just show you what you've got for storage. You've got a couple of shirt closets right here. You've got 5 deep drawers, all with the soft close feature. This one, again, is kind of left for video components. But there's a lot of storage right here. And as we move back into the bathroom, the reason I'm bringing this up, a lot of the designs on the 43 footers, you'll have 2 sinks. That sink might be all the way across the back. The shower could be over here. But a lot of times, you don't get a full closet. Those 2 shirt closets become your main storage. But I really like the closet in this floor plan. As you can see, it's one of the larger ones that goes all the way across. Off to your right there, you do have a safe. Those shelves can be removed if you want, you know, longer hanging clothes. You got a nice shoe rack right there in the middle. And then over here on the left, you've got 3 more removable shelves. And then up above, you have a full-length shelf there. So, like I say, as far as storage goes, this unit between the 2 shirt closets and this closet here for wardrobe gives you about as much as you're going to find in a 43-foot motorhome. Another nice feature about the bathroom on all of the Newmars, the diesels, you've got an emergency exit right here. In case of a fire or some reason you have to get out, open this door, pull this tab down, there's a ladder that comes out. It makes it a lot easier to get in and out right here rather than having to use an emergency window. And then we have a large shower. This is the what is it, the 40 by 30 or 54 by 30, I think. Anyway, you can see how much room we've got. Again, in 2016, part of Newmar's change for the Dutch Star was this arch ceiling. It gives you more headroom. So if you are 6'4" or 6'5", you can get in here. Nice waterfall shower. You do have a hand wand here. And then you also have what we call our water miser or aqua view. What this is going to do is, while you're waiting for your water to heat up, you're not wasting that water. It's recirculating back into the holding tank. Once this heats up, turns red, you throw the knob, then you take your shower. That's when you're filling your gray tank and using your water. But you're not wasting that water while you're waiting for it to heat up. And more importantly, you're not filling your gray tank. And this, I love the teak seat. This is really a nice feature. Again, great looking surround, large shower, just one of the roomier bathrooms you're going to find. Let's take a look over on this side real quick. We do have Splendid washer and dryer. And then over here, we've got storage under our double sink and and these are full pull-out drawers. Again, all of them have the soft close feature. Great looking countertop and backsplash too. I love the combination of colors. Sometimes the sable maple with a darker wood, you know, people say it makes it kind of look smaller, but when you pair it with the light flooring, the light countertops and wallboard, this is a great look. Okay, just a couple more things I wanted to talk about up at the dash. Let's move our way back to the front. First of all, most of our controls and monitors are right here overhead. These are our slide-out controls, our awning light. This is our Oasis system. As you can see, I've got one diesel-fired burner, but I've got two electric elements I can turn on. I can use one at a time, I can use both at the same time, or I can use all three, the diesel and both electric, if you want to heat it up fast. We also have heated tile floors in here. So if you are using this in the winter and you come in and it's 20 degrees, you can turn your floor heat on, two electric elements, your diesel burner, you can get heat in here right away. I really like that feature. Also, this is monitor for your electrical system. This is our charger inverter here. This is our awning control. Up here we do have our satellite receiver, and there is an AutoMotion satellite with the Everest Wi-Fi router. So again, I pointed out that this is a Spartin K2 chassis. They've made some nice improvements this year. One of them, for instance, let's get to our home screen. And up to our settings. You used to have to go into settings and then monitor down to comfort drive to change your comfort drive. But now this button right here will increase and decrease the pressure on my wheel for the comfort drive. Now this other button right here is for my steps or for my pedals. You can see the gas and brake pedal are movable. So for me, not being really tall, I like to have these all the way out, get the seat back a little bit, and drop the steering wheel right down in front of me. Now, one of the things, I'm going to go ahead and fire this up and demonstrate. This has got a comfort drive steering setup, which is a computer-assisted steering mechanism that's constantly sensing maybe a crown in the road or a crosswind or something that would have you fighting the wheel to keep it in the middle. But as you can see, I have this set on about 2, so I can turn it very easily. And with all of the weight on the front tire, not moving at all, the comfort drive returns it to the center position every time. The beauty about that is as I'm going down the road, I'm not turning one way and then having to turn back. The comfort drive's doing a lot of the work, so my shoulders won't be as stressed out, my arms, my hands won't be as tired. It won't be a white knuckle trip if you're driving in a strong crosswind. One of the best features of all the Newmars. Okay, what else here? We've got all our standard controls. If I want to, got to turn this off to drop my shade. That'll only come down so far while you're driving, so it doesn't block your view. I think we're cool enough now. I'm going to shut the generator off. Fans for the front windshield. Entry door lock. You've got your air horn if you want the big one. Or you can have your city horn if you're going to be polite to them. Courtesy lights, visor. What do we have here? That's our camera select. It's another thing I wanted to show you here is our camera. And I'll go to the menu. Camera control. With the bird's eye view, you can see everything all around you. But generally, when you're driving, you're using your backup monitor. This is kind of, you know, the widescreen view. If you're pulling a trailer and you want to keep a little closer eye on that, you can set it the mid view. Or I like this one when you're backing up. I'm looking straight down on that receiver hitch. So if I had my ball sticking out there, I could back it under the tongue of the trailer and see it all the way. So it makes it really easy to hook up anything you're towing. Then of course you can check both sides, but come nighttime, you're probably back on this view. Glass dash, very comfortable ergonomics. One thing about the seats here, they do have footrests, and this is, we used to call them the grandmother seat. It's the extra wide seat. Back in the day, you used to ride, you know, two people here with a kid. I don't think you see that much anymore. Let me see. I think that's about it. So once again, my name's Mark Love. If you have any questions, I think they're showing you my contact information on the screen. Reach out to us. We've got some pretty good inventory now. We actually have a pretty good selection of used also. So please come down and see us. If you've ever wanted to drive one of these or have thought about getting one, reach out to us. Let us show you what we can do for you. So once again, thanks for tuning in. Happy trails, folks. Drive careful out there, and we'll see you next time.